Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you would like to know more about the knitting patterns I design, please check in the description below, and there you will find a link to my Ravelry page where you will be able to browse images of all of the patterns that I have designed, and if you feel like knitting one up, you can purchase a PDF pattern and pick some yarn out and go to it. If you do knit up one of my patterns, I would absolutely love to hear about it. You can either chat with me in the comments below, or if you also check in the description, you will find a link to my Facebook group for Watch Barbara Knit, and there we can share pictures and ask questions and have a little bit more of an exchange than you can have in the YouTube comments, although the YouTube comments are great and I love chatting with people there. So comment as much as you want. Today is our Fave 5 day. What Fave 5 is me looking at Ravelry is pretty much what it is. I like to look at Ravelry and see what's new or what's old or just whatever just grabs my attention or tickles my fancy, and I pick out a theme to go on where it's like my first one was patterns for highly variegated yarn, and I've done edgings, you know, all kinds of different things. I have some suggestions, but today I was just looking at the things in Ravelry and something struck me. I saw a couple patterns that I think were really beautiful, and it has to do with lace. But it's not just my Fave 5 lace patterns right now, because lace covers a whole giant world of amazing stuff. And I was thinking when I was doing this that I might be able to do a Fave 5 like beginner lace pattern at some point. But the thing that really struck me today was what my brain thought of as linear lace. When we think of lace, and when you if I asked you picture lace in your brain, most of the time it's like real intricate, repeated, kind of, it just has a very specific look to it, and it's frequently multiple shapes that interweave in and out, and just it's a little floofy, and you guys know I love floofy, but that's not the only kind of lace that's out there. And the patterns that were really calling to me today, as I was looking at them, were patterns that use lace in a very linear way. Instead of forming like little intricate flowers or leaves or anything like this, it's a geometric approach or a linear approach to lace. Lace that's slightly unusual or just non-traditional things, and I think it kind of gives it a more modern feel. And not that there's anything wrong with traditional. I love me pretty much all kind of lace, except for noops. I don't like noops. I'm sorry to all the noop lovers out there. You can love the noops you want, but I don't care for noops. But otherwise, I love lace. I will even purl two together through the back loop if it will get me in the direction I want to go. So today we have my Fave 5 patterns using, I'm calling it linear lace, but it's just, straight lace, non-traditional lace. So the first one I have to show you is here. It is Avix, A-V-I-X, by Jennifer Dassau. And I wanted to start off with this beautiful cardigan. If you look at it, it's got these arrow or chevron or whatever you want to call it, because I think of chevrons as being more nested, but this very linear lace pattern that's this shooting up either side of the front. And if you go to the pattern page for this, which I encourage you to check in the description below, and you will find a link to all the patterns I'm talking about today, this same motif also goes up the back and is framed with mesh on either side. I have my information open on my computer, so don't think I'm not looking at you. I'm just trying to give you all the information. This cardigan is relatively new. It was published in February of this year, and the suggested yarn is Miss Babs Yowza, which is a light worsted, and it comes in giant put-ups. It's awesome yarn. So it's a worsted weight, and so lace and worsted right there is a little unusual. And it looks like it comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sizes. It goes from 36-inch bust to 56-inch bust. So a fairly wide range, and it's positive ease, excellent. And it's not quite a waterfall cardi. It isn't like completely falling down in the front, but it's got a nice open flowing, and it's got the lace. I just like this piece. I think it looks like a really versatile piece that you could wear with lots of stuff. And it's got lace, but the lace is very modern and elegant. So check this one out if you're looking for a cardigan that has lace, but lace that is really, what did I just say? Elegant, modern. I'm using the same words over again. I like this piece. Good job, Jennifer. Moving on, the next one I'm going to show, and obviously I have to do shawls because I love shawls and I'm attracted to shawls. So I try to put in other stuff, but there's always going to be shawls. I have no idea how to pronounce this. It looks like Hogmanay or Hogmanay, possibly. Don't know. Look at this shawl. It's lace. I mean, it's very distinctly lace, but it's not the way we think of lace. These lines, these swooping lines on this piece with the little hashes going down, I just think it's absolutely beautiful. This is from Jen Lucas Designs, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And apparently it was published in a book called Nifty Gifty. So you might want to check that out and all the different stuff in it. I think it's an ebook, so you can get it. And it is in Mountain Colors Barefoot. I'm not familiar with that yarn, but if this is any example of what it looks like, it's fabulous yarn. Fingering weight, it says it's about 400 yards, but it's flexible for how big you want to make it. But I just think that it is really a very modern look. It's using the lace, but in this very linear. And that's what I was saying, that it really struck me today, is how lace doesn't have to be the way we typically visualize it. This is Hogmanay by Jen Lucas. And you know what? I don't know how much of this is that I also love this color. This very pale blue color it's just, actually I'm looking at down here. Apparently I was drawn to neutrals today too. But this lace, it's beautiful. And I think that this shawl could be worn with any number of things. It could look super elegant, or you could wear it with jeans. Next up, I got away from shawls. Look at how cool these are. These are called the Spiral Path Mitts from Simone Kereit. Now, she called them mitts. They don't actually come up. I think I would consider them more of a cuff, but you know what? Where does one draw the line? It doesn't have a thumb, so it's just a delicate little thing to put on your hands and to use up. This is in lace weight yarn, and she knit them. This is Dreaming Color Wisp. It just looks fabulous. I love picos. I love a picot hem. So have you ever done a picot hem? What a picot hem is so you start knitting, and then you do a series of like knit two together, yarn over, and then you keep on going, and then you fold it over. So those little knit two together yarn overs are all around that top edge, and it looks like Simone beaded hers, which I think looks absolutely amazing. But once you fold it, you make a folded hem, and so you pick it up and knit them together, and so you don't even have to like really seam them. And I keep on trying to figure out some way to incorporate this, because I think they look fabulous and they look delicate. But what we're really talking about here is the lace. And again, we have this this line of lace that brings just enough to these pieces to make them look super fancy, but you're really not doing a whole lot of lace in this piece. And also, because you're knitting in the round, looking at this, I'm pretty confident that you're doing yarn over, knit two together, yarn over, knit together on every single row, as opposed to having a rest row in there, and that's giving you that ladder effect. I just think these are super pretty and super elegant, and I can totally see wearing them like peeking out from underneath, something beautiful, and it's just enough lace. So I really like these. In her description, she said sophisticated, and that is totally the word for them. They're very sophisticated, and I bet they're incredibly fast to knit, and you get to do beads. So it seems to be a win-win-win all around. Next thing, I have another shawl here for you, and I think you can really see where I'm going with this particular one, with the linear geometric lace. I adore this shawl. I remember when this shawl was first posted to Ravelry, and the instant I saw it, I was like, that is beautiful. That is modern. It is got movement. And somehow it's got all this swoopiness while being very angular at the same time. I can't say enough about this shawl, how much I like this shawl. And as you can see, it's very evocative of the Hogmanay one. And you know what? Don't think I've even told you what the name of this is yet. This is Silverwing by Amy van de Laar. And I believe she is from Australia, which I love Ravelry because I get to see all of this beautiful stuff from people from like everywhere. And I want it all. But the way the lace is used in this piece with these long straight lines and then little bits hanging down, again, this one's very, very architectural to me. And she says it's supposed to look like the wing of white-faced heron. Apparently it's a bird with big wings. And once I read that, I'm like, you can totally see that, like sort of an outstretched wing kind of situation. These are very modern depiction of feathers. Love it. Absolutely love it. What is this yarn? This is in, yes, Aussie Farmers Market, Osmerino Swy. It's O-I. You need to go to the project page and read this. I'm pretty sure this is an Australian yarn, which again, amazing. And I bet you can get your hands on it, but it's another fingering weight shawl. I think it looks stupendous. And 2 thumbs up. Our last shawl no, it's not a shawl. Our last piece for today is this amazing cowl. And again, you can see what I was looking at today and what was speaking to me today. It's sort of reminiscent of the Avix cardigan. Again, we're using the lace in straight lines to perform chevrons, and it just really, really works. This one, you've got chevrons going in opposite directions, sort of, and it creates this, again, modern and architectural look. I really like this cowl. It's something different than a shawl, for those of you who don't like shawls. And it's just a big, delicate loop that you can hang around your neck. This is in sport weight yarn, Knitting Boutique Teeswater, whatever that is. Sounds like something worth looking up because it's beautiful. And it's got this very, it makes me think of like going fast. You make those little marks. It's like, ooh, I'm going fast. I just think this is a beautiful piece. And another great thing about these really angular, linear lace motifs, I am going to bet that they're fairly easy to knit because you can see where you were on the previous row and just do it again on the next row. I believe that this piece is, I believe it's knit flat and then grafted. Yes, it's knit flat from a provisional cast on, and then you're going to block it, and then you're going to graft it. So that gives you the nice open lace. And this is, did I already tell you the name? I am getting so carried away talking about how beautiful these pieces are that I'm not telling you the name. The name of this piece is Passages, and it is by Andrea Rangel. And she has a lot of beautiful stuff. All of these pieces, make sure to check in the description below and you will get links to their Ravelry pages and you can see these specific pieces I have picked out, but also these designers' entire catalogs because all of them have amazing, beautiful stuff. And I could spend days just looking, which would end up with me not designing, which probably might be a bad thing for me or, who knows. But that is why I'm doing these Fave 5 videos, because I want the opportunity to highlight other designers' pieces and maybe show you guys some patterns that you haven't seen, which is why I don't just pick out brand new patterns. Some of these patterns are fairly new and some of them are from several years ago, but just because they're from several years ago doesn't make them any less beautiful, and you should knit them. Now, sometimes I have a piece to show you that fits in with my theme, and sometimes I don't. Luckily, today is one of the days where I have a piece that fits in with the theme. You can see I actually have two versions of this. This one is the prototype that I first knit. The pattern is called Irulan, I-R-U-L-A-N. It is part of my Dune series. And here is what the end after there are a couple things on this one that I had to fix because this was me noodling, and this is the finalized pattern. And you can see this is knit with one skein of fingering, and it's in Sunshine Yarns Ultra Luxe Fine, I think. I will definitely put a link in the description below because it's a merino and silk and cashmere. Oh, it's so soft. But as you can see how this fits in with the other pieces I've been showing you. It is very linear. It's using lace. There's definitely lace. No one's not going to say this is not a lace piece, but it's not the same as what we think of as traditional lace. The lines are coming together. It's very architectural, and I really love this piece. So that is my contribution to this Fave 5. I hope that you guys liked this one, and it's just what tickled my fancy. I will continue to be checking the comments for suggestions and work on those, incorporating those into future Fave 5 videos. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it the thumbs up, click that like button. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. Thank you so much.